Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Libby's, I'm a women's life coach, and this channel is all about self-love, relationships, spirituality, and all things mindset. So if any of those topics resonates with you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I come out with new videos every Wednesday, and I just love sharing all that I love, which is everything that I just talked about, with you guys every week. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe. And if this video resonates with you at all, or if you got anything out of this video, please comment and like this video. It really helps out my channel, especially since we're at the beginning, y'all. This is the start. So your help, your support, and all of that is much appreciated. So anyways, let's hop into today's video, shall we? So today's video is all about how to stay sane with your significant other during quarantine. So like most people, we are stuck at home, and some of us are stuck at home with our significant other 24/7 now, and we're not fully used to it, or we may not fully like it. And it's okay to say that, okay? Needing space from your significant other is not a lack of love. It's literally just, you just need your space. It has nothing to do with how much you love your significant other. So anyways, I wanted to share with you guys 5 ways to stay sane with your significant other during quarantine. Number 1, and I just mentioned it briefly, and that is give each other space. I know it's very easy to be with each other all the time in the same room, in the same everything, and doing the same things, watching TV together, all in all, when you're stuck at home and you feel like you have nothing else to do. But it's extremely important to give yourself and your significant other the space that you guys need to recharge, because we are sponges when it comes to energy, and we absorb other people's energy when we're around them for too long. And whether or not your significant other is a positive or negative person, we're all going through a very stressful time, and you don't want to have a pent-up stress in your body or in your space because you guys haven't been able to give each other the space to go through the stress on your own and figure it out. So giving each other space is extremely important. And I know a lot of you guys are at home right now with kids, and that's definitely much more stressful than just being at home with your significant other. But like everything, there are ways. And if you have kids, find the time to switch turns when it comes to taking care of the kids. If you want some alone time, have your partner take care of the kids for a while, give yourself some alone time, and then vice versa. Or you could set up activities that require minimum supervision, but also take up 100% or 99% of their attention. Like if you have a backyard, playing sports outside while you get a tan, read a book, A1. Or you could set up reading time, which is very nice because it's quiet time for everybody in the house, or other activities that require all of their attention and little supervision, like I mentioned earlier. It's very important to have your own personal space. It's also very important to teach the people around us that they also need their personal space, because a lot of us don't know that, and a lot of us create this pent-up stress that we can't release because we're consistently around people that are possibly dealing with similar stressful issues or worse. So give yourself some space. Love your significant other from afar for like 20 minutes to 2 hours a day, and you will love them a lot more, I promise you. Number 2, change things up. Instead of watching Netflix every night, change it up. Do something different, either every night or every other night. Yes, I know we can run out of ideas, but whether or not we're doing the same things but in different days, it's still a change. For example, my husband and I, Hector and I, have been either making sushi. I've just been like loving making sushi. I got this recipe from my best friend Carabel's YouTube channel. I will link that below. It's bomb. It's like Mexican style sushi. A1 for sure. Anyways, besides the point, I started making different dishes that are very just like so things that we usually go out and eat for, and it's been a lot of fun to just like change things up in the kitchen. Not only that, we did try game night, although we realized really quickly that it gets really boring really quickly with only 2 people. But if you guys can find some games or whatever that are very interesting and very cool, just continue to play them with your significant other every so often, you know? So change it up. Change it up, do something different. We go in between watching Netflix, making dinner, and then also giving each other space. Sometimes there are days where, like I mentioned earlier, the whole giving space thing, we go into our separate areas and we create whatever the hell we have to create or we have to work on during that day. But switching it up, I think, is the most important thing so that you do not get bored of each other. You do not start like arguing about the smallest things, because you guys are maintaining yourself in a high frequency by doing activities that are keeping you in a state of happiness or in a state of joy, rather than thinking about stressful things or just lethargically sitting in the same spot every day. So change it up, change up the energy in the room, change up the energy in the house, and just like even get ready to go on a date night for one of the nights that you make something different in the kitchen. Trust me that it makes a difference. We grabbed a little wine when we made, God damn it, I thought I like muted everything. We got a little wine the last time we went grocery shopping, or actually my mom brought some over, so I'm lying. My mom brought some wine over, and that made it all the difference. So change it up, y'all. Change it up. It will do wonders to your relationship. Number 3, get creative. Now this kind of falls in line with with number 2, changing it up and stuff, but I mean, get creative as far as actually creating something. Whether or not you're good at it, you don't have to be a professional to create art, okay? You just gotta do it, and then nobody else has to see it either. Just do it for yourself. And by that, I mean, grab your phone, grab whatever, start taking pictures. It's a perfect time to get creative. Start a YouTube channel, learn to draw, learn to play an instrument, get creative. Try to figure out ways to get your imaginative juices flowing so that you're just maintaining yourself at this frequency of joy, of creating, and of new. If you're just not doing anything or reciprocating anything during these times, you're gonna feel a little bit low. You're gonna feel like you're not doing enough, and that's totally fine to completely take a break and not do anything. But if you're getting creative with your significant other, it makes it a lot more fun. You guys are creating art, you guys are doing all the things. Like, it's so much fun. I highly recommend to do something. Like, start a podcast, start a YouTube channel with your significant other. It's fun. You have nothing else to do. Or better yet, do what everybody else is doing and create a TikTok. Apparently, it's a lot of fun. We haven't tried doing it yet, but we will at some point whenever we decide to, whenever we have the time, because Hector and I are both creating other things at the time. At the moment, if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you guys know Hector has been creating new music recently, and I've just been here doing all the things and like loving doing YouTube channels. Whatever, YouTube channels, YouTube videos, but get creative. And I know it sounded like Hector and I get creative separately, but we actually help each other with our creative endeavors, which ends up creating this entire great like creative process and all that good stuff. So get creative with your significant other, do the things that you've been wanting to do, dance, do whatever, and yeah, create art. It's fun. It'll bring up your mood, trust me. Number 4, get deep. Now, I know many of us have been with our significant others for many years, and we believe we know everything about them. Or we're just starting off, or we've been together for just like 2-3 years. Whatever the case may be, you can never know your significant other enough. Trust me. Every day we're learning something new. We're picking up new things, whether with what we're watching, what we're listening to, whatever, that we're becoming a new person every day. Every single day. Every single day we're feeling different emotions and we're going through different things. So getting to know your significant other on a deeper level can never, ever get old. There's always something new to learn about them. So grab a piece of paper, ask each other questions, go online, find some cool questions that you guys can ask each other that you probably didn't even know, or better yet, ask each other questions that you realize you want to know more of. Get deep about each other's family roots, what you felt when you were young, whatever the case may be. It is so much fun to find out new things about your significant other, and you end up finding areas in each other's lives that you guys are a lot more similar than you thought. So getting deep is one of the best things that you could be doing right now with your significant other, because there is no time like now to talk about each other's emotions, how you guys make each other feel, what are things that you guys can better in the relationships, what are things that you guys have been holding back that you haven't told each other. All of those things are great things to talk about right now in this time where you're literally forced to kind of be stuck together for days, for weeks. So just continue to get to know each other, get deep. It's great, it's fun, and honestly, it'll probably take away a little bit of the stress from being with each other all the time, because now you'll be able to understand each other on a deeper level, and it just goes up from there. And lastly, number 5. This one's my favorite one because, who doesn't love to just relax? I know that I said change things up for, number 2 or whatever, but relaxing is completely different than maintaining yourself just watching Netflix. Relaxing can mean many different things that you guys can do together and together apart, if that makes sense. Because sometimes you're together with your partner, but you're like apart mentally, which also helps because you guys like are together, but apart. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, relaxing is also a great thing to do with your partner. There's so many different ways to get creative with relaxing. If you guys have never done like a self-care day together, this would be a great time. Get your man to do some face masks. Do relaxing activities together. Go outside. Get some vitamin D, y'all. This is an advice that I have to take myself too. But get some vitamin D. Go outside and tan together. Relax together. Read a book together apart. You know what I mean? And do all the things that require just like a sense of stillness. It's really important, I think, nowadays, especially nowadays, to find inner peace. And if you can do that with your significant other also there, being able to kind of take in this relaxing moment together where you guys are both in a completely present state, it's very transcendent because you don't feel the need to have to do something all the time. You can just end up relaxing. Especially if you guys can do this together, try not to fall into just watching TV together and watching Netflix together every night, because that is not relaxing your mind, believe it or not. It's making it go a million miles per hour. You're over consuming, and it's kind of like analysis paralysis to where the next day you kind of want to do the same thing, and it's this addictive just like habit that isn't bettering your relationship. It isn't building a better relationship within you and your spouse or you and your significant other. It's just kind of just like you guys are just there, breathing each other's air. And that's not fun, and it's also not gonna de-stress you guys from being with each other 24/7. So relax in a positive, present state where you're not consuming. I know we're gonna be over consuming during these times, and we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it, but take the time, especially if you guys are together, to really, really make a conscious decision to do something relaxing that doesn't have to do with the TV. So I hope that with this video, you guys got some ideas as to how to stay sane with your significant other during quarantine. It's very, very important to be able to communicate, to give each other space, to get creative, and to relax with each other in ways that build the relationship rather than either tearing it apart or maintaining it in this idle position where you're just kind of like aggravating each other because you've been with each other for so long, like in a confined space. So give yourself the space, the time, the energy, the creativity to get to know each other, to build your relationship during these times, and love each other a lot more. This is a great time, like I said earlier, to connect with your significant other and just like revel in all that they are and all that you are. So I hope that you guys got some good information out of this week's video, and you guys try some of these things out. I know that they seem very obvious, but believe it or not, a lot of people do not give each other space. They don't get creative. They don't do all of the things to build a relationship and make it stronger. And if there's any time, the time is now, when you guys are forced to be together 24/7. So anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week, and don't go too crazy, y'all. And if you do, it's okay. Give yourself some space. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day in life. Ciao.